Hello everybody, Donkey here, and yes, we are back with some more Train Sim 2021. And this time we are on the London to Peterborough line, or route, and we have this very special Class 89 here. Now the 89 is a really interesting loco. We will get into a bit more of it later, but we have 89001 because they only ever made one of these, and we have it in the intercity livery, and this scenario is called Badger on Tour Part 1. There are 3 parts to this sort of Badger on Tour scenario list. When you get this, you get the 3 scenarios, and this is the Part 1, and this is 25 minutes long. So we will be jumping into this very shortly, but before we do, I just want to say, if you are a new viewer and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so down below. Alright, let's jump in and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so we are in the 89001. That's just telling us about the rail tour that we are on. And let's get some cam lights. We're okay on all of that. Yep, and we need to turn the master key. And it is extremely loud. And I think we can head out of here. Yep. Extremely loud loco this, but it is a prototype. They hadn't fully worked out all the kinks for this yet. But yeah, the 89 is one of one. They only made one, and it is a prototype, and I believe they retired it in 2002, and it basically just did rail tours, I think, like the one we're on now. It essentially just did rail tours for its life, but they retired it in 2002, I believe. And I'm not sure if it's at York Railway Museum or not. It could be. I haven't been for a while, a long time. But yeah, they only made one. It was built in '86, I believe, at the Crew Works, which is quite famous place for train building. Alright, we're stopping here anyway. And I believe we'll have to switch cabs. We're rolling back a little bit, which is weird, even though I've got the brake on. I'll just wait for it to... Well, I think we've got to switch cabs. There we go. Change cabs to leave at that time. We've actually got to check the points here, actually. So here we are. We want to be going down. Show task. Well, we want to be going onto the main line, essentially. So we want that one there. And I believe that is us set now. So it won't set it for us. So, yep, let's head out. I'm sorry that this is extremely loud, but it is what it is. And hopefully I'll be able to tell you a bit more about the 89 the further we get in. But as you can, see, it sped up really quick. That was the thing about these electric locomotives, is they could speed up really quick. And this was built at a time when British Rail wanted to electrify all of its passenger services. They wanted to move into the next era of rail travel. Diesel, they'd gone from steam to diesels and diesels were, well, they were good for freight, but passenger services were getting a bit dirty, a bit smelly, and they wanted to bring passenger services into the modern era. And in '86 this was built, and unfortunately it wasn't what they wanted. British Rail didn't put this into production, but this was the start of what would lead British Rail down a path of electrification of British Rail. And as you can see, it is noisy. There is things wrong with this particular locomotive. But as you can see, that is sort of the modern variant right there, the modern passenger service. Now we have to expect the line to be quite busy, as being part of a rail tour, we don't have priority. We aren't a passenger service. And therefore we don't take priority a lot of the time. But you can see where the development started with this. This was the beginning of modern electric locomotives, electric passenger services. Now, hopefully when we come to a stop, I'll show you. Are we stopping here? Or are we just going via here? I'm not entirely sure. We can speed it up a little bit. And this does 125 miles an hour. That's pretty good for something that was built as a prototype to test concepts. There goes our Bond counterpart. I mean, we seem to be doing okay at the moment. I had to do the points myself back there. I'm hoping that now we're on sort of on the main line. I think we're actually on a goods line at the moment, but I'm hoping now that we're on here, the points will be done for us. This is the first time I've played this scenario, and the first time driving the 89. So it's sort of just an experiment. It's sort of an experiment at the moment. I'm just going off what I know. I don't, if I had to do the points somewhere back there or something, I have no idea. I'm just doing what the scenario is telling me to do. A lot of the time, though, you will have to do points yourself in sidings or yards like that, because they're not controlled. Usually yards like that aren't controlled by a main, signal or signalling system like they are on the main line. So you do have to do them yourself in a yard. That's why I did it back there, but now I'm on the main line. I'm hoping that I'm good. It's only back in the day that they would have had to do them themselves. But even back then they had, signal boxes to do the points for them. And I think we're stopping down there. I think we are actually on a goods line at the moment. As you can see, the stations aren't coming on. They aren't like on these lines. Basically, the main lines are over to our right. I think at the moment we're just travelling down a goods line. And I imagine that eventually we will Ah, yeah, we're still on the goods line. We're just coming into a station now, and we are on the goods line though, which is probably the safest place for us at the moment. It's so loud, this loco. I'm sorry if I'm shouting, but it is extremely loud. I will make sure to turn it down in the final final video, final edit. The windscreen's really dark in here as well. We can try and sort that out with a bit of trickery. Looks a little bit better. But yeah, it is quite dark in here. Oh, we're coming to a stop now. I need to pay attention. I really like the look of the Class 89. It's something so unique. And they called it the Badger because it looks like a badger with that pointy nose. But yeah, it's just such a unique sort of loco. It's a shame that it never really took off, but it is what it is. Okay. So let's just take a quick look at this beautiful thing. Yeah, they called it the Badger because of, well, one, the colours. Intercity is black and white, and also it looks like a badger from the front. It's got this pointy nose. Wait a few minutes. You may continue at 8:27. What time is it now? 24. So we've got a few minutes, which will give me enough time to sort of talk to you about it. Now, obviously, the 89 was planned to revolutionise the East Coast main line. In reality, that didn't happen, but it is one of a kind. It is the only one of its kind that exists, and obviously it was built at the Crew Works in '86. It's got a top speed of 125 miles per hour, and yes, it was retired in 2001, 2002, basically just doing rail tours. And yeah, it served quite well. A major failure put it out of service actually in 2001, and I'm not sure. It doesn't say here. It doesn't say here if it went to York Railway Museum or not, but obviously it lives on in all our imaginations of what this loco could have been. I mean, it is just a unique loco that unfortunately is one of those that survived. A lot of prototypes were just scrapped from British Rail, so it's actually one of these prototypes that actually survived the test of time, and it's still around today. When you get the scenario on Steam, let's just check the time, almost ready. When you get the scenario on the Steam store, or the loco itself, you get 3 scenarios. You get Rail Tour 1, 2 and 3, and it is for the East Coast Main Line, London to Peterborough route, and you will need that to play with it. But overall, really, really cool little loco. Okay, I think we're ready to move on now. So King's Cross Platform 8. We're going to... So Signal is clear. We can head off. We can give it quite a bit of juice actually at the start. It will go, and we have our warnings down here to tell us about wheel slip, but it is quite a dry day, so we are quite good in that department. And so far we have, I don't know if that's the end of the scenario here, a mix of yellows and reds. Oh, here we go. Coming into King's Cross, yeah. So yeah, we don't take priority as a rail tour. I believe the priority list on British Rail is passenger services obviously take the highest priority, because, you know, people want to get where they need to go. We have a yellow. People need to get where they need to go. They've paid money to go to work or whatever on the train. Then I think it's goods. Goods need to make it to where they need to go fairly quickly. There is a time limit on those. And then it's rail tours. Rail tours are purely for enjoyment and fun and promoting British Rail sort of thing. And they're not necessarily under a time restriction. They are, but they're not. For instance, people going on the rail tour are going on it for a day out or a couple of days out. They're not necessarily going on it for a speedy bit of transport. They're going on it to have a good time and to enjoy the tour itself. So oh, we got a yellow. So that is why we sort of can sit at yellows and reds on the tour for quite a while, because it's not really that much of a priority. Whoa, what's going on here? I don't know why it emergency braked. No idea why that was. Maybe I didn't press the AWS. We can get going again though. Maybe I didn't press the AWS there or something. It just randomly emergency braked on me. And I wasn't pressing the brake right then. That wasn't me pressing the brake. It just sort of threw it on. I saw it go through the brake. I saw it go through the brake levers. And I tried to press it down, but it just wouldn't let me there. So I don't know what that was. Could have been a bug, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when this came out actually. Let me quickly have a look. I need to be on, actually I won't do it just yet, because we might have signals here. We're going uphill, which is interesting. This is a really interesting route as well. I'm not really too sure when the London to Peterborough route came out. But it's a really interesting route, and I do find it quite enjoyable. I've played a few on this, I think. But when I picked up quite a few things in the Steam summer sale, like a lot of you do with Train Sim. We're going downhill, so we'll just put a little bit of brake on there. Yeah, I picked up quite a few things on the Steam summer sale, and this was one of the things that I've picked up, and I've been wanting to play it for a while. I heard really good things about it, like the model from the outside is superb. It looks amazing, really high poly, I think. and a lot of people have had good things to say about this one. It could be red next, which I think it is, so we will start to bring her down. Gasworks tunnel. Let's try and get off the points here. I can see that there's a loco chilling up there. Yeah, look, this is... I really do like it in this intercity livery. It is really nice. I'm not sure if it was ever painted in a sort of normal livery. Signal K14 has been causing some issues today. Please request permission to pass a danger. I can see a loco down there, which is concerning me. But we'll take their word for it and go forth. The inside of this is... it's okay. It's not the best. I think the outside of this loco looks better than the inside. We don't want to go faster than 15 through here. It hasn't really punished us for speeding, which sometimes career scenarios do. This is a career scenario. We don't want to take it too fast, because I believe that this signal down here, this little ground signal, is the one that is playing up. So we're just gonna slow ourselves, and we'll stop just before it. Save it just in case. Well, we're gonna stop just before it, and hopefully request again. We want to do things by the book. So denied. So we've actually just got to sit here. Request to pass signal danger approved. Apparently. Even though that says denied. I don't want behind, I want in front. Well, he's denying us, so we're just going to have to sit here until we're approved. Save it just in case. Still denying us. Even though this line is saying that we can go. It did approve us before, so I might just try it. If it fails, we can always return back, because I have a save. This is when it ends the scenario. This is the scariest part. Oh. Yeah, that is the scariest part, passing a signal like that. But we've made it, and all these people, look, on the platform taking photographs, wanting to have a look at the 89. Yes, taking photos. Go and have a rest, and we'll see you back here. Okay, that was the end of the scenario. So, if you enjoyed, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. If you want to see part 2 of this rail tour, subscribe down below so you don't miss that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.